cArn, fnatic is #1 in the group in the Intel Extreme Masters European Championship. 2 questions. After the group's more or less concluded, how does it feel to be #1 with a new team?
Well, considering the pressure we had on us, not only from organization, sponsors, and obviously the fans out there that maybe have debating forever now, obviously, was this the right choice by fnatic to keep me and DSN building up a new team, or is DSN and cArn's career over? And I mean, if you saw the game we played against Navi and my facial expressions after winning the final round against them, and kind of was received that well, they must have done something right, beating basically the very best team in the world, coming in as winning everything in 2010. So yeah, to more answer your question was, yeah, it's an amazing feeling obviously, and I'm very relieved, but the hard work begins now, I reckon.
Is it time to say hooray and say that there's a new fnatic was born and it's a start of a new era for fnatic?
Well, this was what do you call it, an embryo maybe of a potential beginning. We have been in this situation before, I think, where we are using old experienced players, bringing in new talented, and see how it goes. I mean, I was in kind of same state where Exist, Pita, and Delpan was when I joined the team 2006, and since then I believe, or I know actually, that we have won 55 international titles, and we have a legacy of being consistent. That's my that's my hard, what do you call it? That's gonna be the hardship now, to get back on a consistent level. And it's gonna be really difficult, not only because, I mean, the CS have evolved so much lately, and by all the new teams and all the new faces in the different teams, with the silly season that happened in Scandinavia, in Sweden, we're gonna have so many ambitious teams out there now, putting more than 40 hours, 50 hours a week, to just, I mean, tell the community that they are gonna be the best team in the world. And I think by having so many ambitious teams, include Navi in this, that want to reclaim their titles and keep up their shape after being so successful, we're going to see more random, in that sense, Counter-Strike community now, with one team winning a tournament and the next tournament another team going to win. And I'm thinking mostly about MTW, fnatic, SK, Lions, Navi, and Frag Executor. I think those 6 teams going to share the titles this year. And when we're going to look back in 2011, we cannot really just say, oh, that was the year of XX team. It was the year of when the Counter-Strike had its prime in terms of competition, in terms of skilled players. And yeah, hopefully by ESL's help we can create more tournaments and keep the CS spirit alive, because I think the fans loves it right now. And we're actually creating a sport here with so many exciting matches, and I hope it can last a couple of more years until we decide to continue on another title, but there's no one out there yet right now. So.
You did not have a lot of time to assemble the team, let alone to assemble a team which would challenge for such a prestigious trophy as this. What's the process of creating a team like that?
Well, the process is basically to get the new players comfortable playing with you. Exist, Pita, and Delpan, they want to show themselves mostly, and they want to show the community, the fans, the naysayers out there that, yeah, they're capable to play on this level. And you have me and DSN wanted to prove for fnatic, our fans more importantly, that, I mean, as I said earlier, that they did the right decision to keep me and keep DSN and create a new team. So yeah, we got so much energy coming in, and just everybody's working so hard on it. And what can I say more about that? I mean, I hope that we're gonna be the team that people gonna think back 2011, but it's gonna be really hard. I mean, I had to tell you this, and I also considered in 2010 when my position as in game leader or a gamer or a part of fnatic CS1 position, that I thought when I got questioned there, maybe is it time to quit or should I do this another year and start over? And the answer was yes. So far, I'm happy with that decision, but I don't want to put the name fnatic MSI 1.6 team, that name down into some kind of drain where we are not really representing ourselves in the way I want to represent. And I think I can go pretty far to get my will through, and I can do really hard work to do that, and so far it looks alright, but this is just a start. It's a long year, hopefully.
Yeah, speaking of quitting, I've heard several rumors that you are considering retiring because obviously you're quite old in CS years. You've played for a long time. I mean, you've had the right to burn out already. But at the same time, you've got a new challenge ahead of you. It's just to improve your masterpiece, which was the old fnatic team.
Yeah.
Does that actually give you extra motivation?
I think the motivation that keeps me doing this is how much fun I think this is. By sitting here talking about Counter-Strike and gaming, how fun I think that actually is. And gaming is not only a part of my life, it is somehow my life. I thought about it the other week that, can I remember one day when I didn't think about gaming? Probably not. I think about gaming, I check my email, what's going on, what's going to happen in the community, what games are going to be big, and I mean, I'm just so curious what gaming can, where we can leapfrog from where we are now, sitting in Kiev in an excellent arena, and maybe towards a more mainstream goal. And I feel kind of responsible of being a part of this procedure that eventually can take us to a mainstream sport. I don't know, but people will always be against sports that are not physical. But imagine how much which mindset you have to have. Imagine how much focus you have and how social you sometimes have to be in able to keep playing in a team that is on the road for over 100 days a year. No, yeah, around 100 days a year, something like that. It's hard to say really, depending on how many tournaments you're going to throw in for us. So yeah, I'm just. My energy comes from, of course, competition, but also being a part of all this because it's so much fun, and traveling the world, I mean, it's just the time of my life, and sharing it with people with the same interest and same mindset is just something I feel very privileged about.
Do you feel kind of challenged? Because I have this kind of theory that it's a big challenge for you to compete against the other teams, but also your work in the past. Because you've created a marvelous team, which is probably even unarguably the most consistent CS team of all time. I mean, you can compete for major titles with many teams can compete with you for major titles, but not for consistency over the years. This is the first time you have a team without a monster who has the reputation to win games on his own, and actually without two monsters who have left your team. Do you feel like you're actually throwing a challenge against yourself because it may be more difficult now?
I kind of like that question because I thought about that today as well. It seems like I'm a big thinker, but I'm actually not. I'm just going with the flow. But I believe that by getting questioned about my existence as an in-game leader, even a player, as I said earlier, in fnatic MSI, I maybe I got removed from my comfort zone of having Gax, Getright, Forests, stars, superstars that can, as you said, turn around matches into our favor. But I also think afterwards, after playing the group stage here today, that if people expect me to play better, I will play better. If people expect the stars to just win the matches for a team, I think that's how it is. I mean, you're only able to achieve what's expected from you, or of course what you expect from yourself. But what other people expect from you is very important in terms of in which role you can fill in. And now I feel I need to frag more. I know that I need to do the kills. I need to be more alert on the in-game leading role, because before we had players, Forest mostly, that can walk around the map alone and killing teams or winning matches and tournament for us. But now we maybe don't really have that yet. I see potential in my players to one day come up in a level such as Forest. But yeah, I like to talk about Forest because I believe he's by far the best player in the world. He can probably pick up any shooter game out there and be amazing in it. And it was a blast to have him around. That's not the case anymore. And back to the answer, I know that people expect more from me now. Fans, sponsors, the organization, and my teammates, most important. And also, by knowing people expect more from me, I expect more from myself. And I'm willing to not let them down. I'm willing to put more effort in it. And I think the time I put into CS lately has been more than ever. And I'm just happy that it finally pays off. And I think I did a really good job as an in-game leader and a player and a fragger today and yesterday in the group stage. But this is just one step. Now we got through the fiasco environment we were in before, that we could end up losing the group or maybe getting in a quarterfinal tomorrow and lose it to any given top team out there. Now we're actually in the semifinals. It means we're going to play either the final itself or the consolation final of the bronze medal. So yeah, high expectations for the win.
Now the question is, two of your players or three of your top players on your team questioned the ability of basically, I don't know what the details were, but basically the team composition was put in question, which obviously you disagreed with, and now the result of SK Gaming seems to prove like these two players made a mistake, doesn't it?
Well, sometimes the result can't talk for themselves, but I'm not sure how much we should. I mean, they're probably having more expectations going into this tournament than we have, being the best player in the world 2006, getting the trophy from ESL and the Get Right 2009, and people expect them to deliver on demand, basically. And I think they are not in a comfortable zone now when they really have to show for themselves that, okay, we said bye-bye to Fnatic, that open up their doors for them to their careers. Forrest in 2006, making it possible to establish himself as the best CS player in the world, and Get Right after having some troubles in SK and other teams before getting actually kicked. And Fnatic opened up the door for him, let him play for us in two years, and we were amazing. We ruled the world for a while, a short while. And now they feel we have to do the same in the new team. Obviously, I feel the same. I have to do the new in my team, but somehow I believe the community and the talks I have read is leaning towards SK's favor, that SK is going to be the stronger team. And I think they couldn't deal with the pressure which we could, and I'm really happy that we could. And I think that we have to thank the experience we have as the legacy of Fnatic MSI. We are just a winning machine, I think. We are able to beat the odds, so to speak.
So in the long run, it seems like the core of this team, the heart of this team is you and DSN, isn't it?
I don't want to say we are.
Well, I mean, you've had along the years several lineups, but the core always stayed the same. It was you, cArn, and it was you, Forrest, and DSN. Now with DSN gone, you keep proving that this team, this orange logo, is up there, and Forrest doesn't seem like the element who is game changing for another team.
Yeah, but you're only using one.
Obviously, this is one tournament, and it's way too early to say. We would probably need a year to draw conclusions, but still, people want to know.
People want to know, and I can say, if you are talking about a core or a kind of ingredients, Fnatic can look back to what really were important for the team to create the legacy I talked about before, with a team that are able to be consistent throughout 5 years. I need and I want and I must include Forrest in that equation. It's not the same as it was before without Forrest, because he's just such an amazing player. Now he didn't want to play with me in DSN anymore, and I have to respect that. I mean, we just have to be somehow friends and look back to amazing years together and wish each other good luck in their teams they are ending up with. However, if I think he did the right decision, leaving the Fnatic fans and leaving the organization and the sponsors and the things we have built up, basically, if that was the right thing to do, or could the problems we had in the team in late 2010 be discussed and dealt with properly and professionally, and maybe the outcome would have been different. But I mean, every person have their own ideas how to deal with problems, and we just have to respect that.
Are you suggesting, with the words you used, the problems were, you suggested that the problems were not dealt with properly and professionally? Are you suggesting that quitters?
I don't see them as a quitter, because they had an idea or a lineup that they thought should represent Fnatic in 2011, which everybody knows was Alan and Robin instead of me and DSN. That was already, I mean, the public already know about that. But Fnatic didn't like the idea. They didn't like the sound of having Robin and Alan that had played for SK for so long. In the orange jersey we are wearing proud today. And I'm just happy and fortunate that they believed in what I saw was potential. I mean, what kind of possibility we had. If you didn't want to stick to that solution, okay, listen to me. What can I do for you? And they were on my side. I'm just happy and very proud to still be the game leader and doing something I really love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I like to thank the Fnatic organization, obviously, sponsors MSI, SteelSeries, Raidcall, Bigfoot Networks and Slapper for making it possible for me to be here today and to win the group, basically. You're amazing. Cheers.